Alright, so I've been going to town on the doghouse, and I've been having camera malfunctions, and I don't know if I need a better battery or if the heat out there is just too much, because it gets about 10 minutes into it and then it just cancels. And I'm all full of, PE equipment and all that stuff, and so I'm just like, gotta do it. So I just go on, but these were black. This one's still black. And I was like, 15 more minutes, I'll have it finished. I'm like, no, I gotta stop, man. I was starting to lose it out there, so safety first. But I was actually surprised I was able to get most of the black out, even of the grooves. Again, I need to go back over it, but that was just with the FCT machine. So on the inside, I didn't do too much. Not sure what I'm going to do with that. It's really difficult to get the stuff out. However, I was able to get most of it out. That one's pretty decent. This one's really good. That one I got great. So kind of lining things up for epoxy primer and all these units. And of course I got the one unit over there that needs a little bit of welding, and I haven't tackled that yet. I've never welded before, so we are gonna tomorrow morning kind of start learning that, figuring it out. It's like a war zone. It's horrible. I'm like just sweating out here. But earlier today I was consulting about welding my gas tank because I have a hole in it, and everybody's just so chicken about it. And there's ways to do it, but of course I've never welded, and I know how to test so the gas tank doesn't explode and all that stuff. But I'm like, whatever, I'll take it to somebody. So I dropped it off. I got one quote from somebody that was like $250. It was like something stupid. I was like, yeah, no, thank you. But I found a guy for around $100 that would do it, and he's really close, so that's cool. And earlier you saw that I was working on the frames for the pop-out windows, and I was drill pressing him, and when that screw got welded or rusted into the part that it's supposed to be threaded to, for whatever reason I can't drill through that stuff. And so what happens is I drill for the hole, and then it moves to the side, and I put a hole somewhere that I don't want it. So I'm having that guy refab the parts, repin them in, and then the two holes threaded so I can put my frames back together. And I also have one, kind of like the edge of one of the spring hinges is kind of bent, and so I'm going to have him bend that out because I don't have the right tools to kind of hook it and pull it. So I dropped all that stuff off, and I'm going to get that done. And then I'm going to weld a few things here, either with me or Bob's going to help me kind of go through my first practice on it. I was hoping to like weld a bunch of holes on the floor of the van and kind of learn there, and then come to this stuff and like make it, I don't want to say pretty because I'm going to grind it anyways, but pretty. And but that's just not the order things are going in. So need this done, need it done today so I can start painting and get this stuff out of here. So all in all, everything's going pretty good. I also, on the bottom of this doghouse is insulation. That insulation's held in by two brackets, which I never really paid attention to now. So that's something that definitely going to have to sandblast. And there's something else I was going to sandblast. There's hinges there I could do. I still need to sand the legs of that. And I also, the handle, which is over here, for the armrest, I gotta sand that. Oh, and I was gonna sandblast this thing, these teardrops. So, and then this, I need to do some phosphoric acid and just kind of give it a little and then get out of there, and then put some epoxy on it, call it a day. So I gotta do this. I just kind of gave up on this, and it's been sitting in the corner, so I forget. I'm very visual, so if it's not in front of me, it doesn't exist. So I could sandblast this, but it's probably going to take a long time. So I think what I might do is either do one more orange removal or do the real removal, which is like a half an hour, and just bust it out in a half an hour. So I might just do that. It doesn't seem like it's going to take that much. So I'm probably not going outside again today because it's, 100 something. But yeah, so we're moving in the right direction, and I'm really happy that I'm getting stuff done. In fact, if I get some of the stuff figured out today, after I paint this stuff, I might actually be able to pull my car back in here, which would be really nice because it's getting beat up out there. I don't like my daily driver sitting outside, so I don't really like any car sitting outside in Arizona. It's just too brittle. In fact, my Corvette used to be pretty brittle on the dash and stuff like that, like everything was cracking. And I think because it was a higher mileage Corvette that was a daily driver that was sitting outside all the time. And I don't know if it was always an Arizona car, but it definitely was for the last, 10 years or so. And that's probably why that stuff was cracking, or maybe it was just the formula. It was cracking no matter what, just with time. But that's one of the reasons that I don't like leaving my stuff out there, because it just beats it up. It takes a clear coat off, which is why I had to paint Rick's truck. So, yeah, so there you go. it.